and welcome to the Creatie channel. In today's video, I will guide you through the entire design flow in Creatie, starting from a blank canvas all the way to finished app design. We will cover 4 key sections: the dashboard and the canvas, ideation and wireframing, collaboration, and high-fidelity design. Feel free to jump to any part that interests you in the most. Thanks for tuning in. I'm sure most of you will land on Creatie's website first and get a glance at its features, including AI and basic design dev tools. In the upper right corner, you can either sign up or log in. There are several buttons throughout the website can lead to the same login page. Once you have reached the sign up or login page, you can continue with Google, LinkedIn, Twitter, or your own email address. Here we're showing you an example with a Creatie email address and a verification code. When you create an account the first time, you may be asked to set up a password for your future logins. After attempting the sign-up process, you will go through a quick onboarding process to select your role and the type of team you're working. Then you can set up the team. And yes, setting up team in Creatie is free. If you have other colleagues, feel free to invite them here. Otherwise, you may be landing on the main project of the team. As a first-time user, Creatie has prepared a set of user handbooks for you, including an overview of how to use Creatie's basic designing tools and all of our AI guides. You can follow the steps in the handbooks to try those features or tools. As you can see, under your team, you also have a design system and a project folder. Those are preset as examples to show you how to organize the files within Creatie. Under the design system, you can have foundations, components, brand guidelines, or other drops labeled as none. Under project, you have pending allocations, in progress, completed, and again, other drops under none. Those are presets are designed to help you to get quickly started. However, you can organize the team as you'd like or the files you'd like. Let's go through the team page. As a team owner now, you can manage all your project, team members, guests, team fund if there's any, settings, and even your team trash. We're going to focus on managing team members in this video. Please drop a comment if you have other questions about other tabs. I'll make a video for that. You can invite team members just like during the onboarding process. By clicking invite on the upper right corner, you will see a pop-up window asking for email addresses. Simply type in your team members' email addresses if there is more than one, and select appropriate access permission. You can give view only or give them edit permission. Then hit invite. You may also select the team roles for your team members you invited during the pending stage. You can set this team member as an admin who will have permissions to manage other team members, or as a regular member who will have access to all the files for either editing or viewing permission based on the setup you have invited. Of course, you can remove a team member if needed. The Guest tab refers to the guests you have invited to access partial of all your files who are not your team members. Guests are included through file sharing rather than the team member invitations. This is a basic introduction to Creatie's team structure. Following the team management introduction, I will show you how to manage design files in Creatie. As a first-time user, you will see 6 handbooks prepared under the user handbook project. Feel free to read and follow the guides to use the tools. Alternatively, you can remove them if you are not interested. You can create a new design file using the purple button in the upper right corner. Here, I selected the project folder, which means the design file will be created under this project. In your project dashboard, you can right-click the newly created file and take actions such as share, organize, duplicate, rename, or delete. You can rename the file here or change it in the upper left after opening the design files. Some of you may already have design files from other tools. You can import your previous design files into Creatie by clicking Import in the upper right. Creatie can convert Figma, Sketch, Adobe XD, or image files. Simply drag and drop those files into the outline box. Select the team project you'd like to save it under. You can also upload extra files under the second tab. The import process will start automatically once you drop the file in. After finishing the import conversion, you may open and check how it looks. For the testing file we use, the illustrations looks pretty good, and all the file names, frame layers, and frame layout appear neat. Let's turn into the file dashboard. Here you can switch your file view in several ways. By default, the file will be listed by the most recent update. If you select by owner, all the files will be organized by the owner's name. And if you select by custom categories, it will display as an organized folder you have structured. You can also switch between grid view or list view, whichever you want. If you need to create a new custom category, you may hit the plus new category button. It functions as just like creating a subfolder. You can move the file by either right-click and select the category, or simply just drag and move it. We're committed to help small team to get organized and streamlined, so I hope those organizing tips can assist you in your daily work. Let's get into the exciting part, the design canvas. On the left side panel, you will see two main tabs, layers and resources. At the top, you'll find all the design tools, including your cursor, frames, shapes, etc. On the upper right side, you will see your avatar, shape option, dev mode, and view settings. Right under those, there's a panel including the design and the prototype tabs. Let's go through this one by one. On the top left, you will click on the hamburger icon, which you will see a drop-down menu. This is where you can take actions on your files and preferences. You can find all the file-related settings here, such as checking version history, exporting, reviewing usage memory, finding added actions, and adjust the view, layer, text alignment settings. You will see shortcut keys next to the drop-down, which can help to speed up the process. Here are some very useful ones I'd like to mention. Under File, the memory usage section allows you to check your file size and clear the cache, which can help speed up the process or speed up your files. Under Preferences, you can set your nudge and design preferences. If you find your design file image are not displaying clearly, you can turn on multi-sampling anti-aliasing. Under Help, you can find the keyboard shortcuts. Here is a full library of all the shortcuts. This could be very helpful when you want to do speedy designs. You may not need to remember all of them, but having a few is very handy. Here is an arrow next to the file name. This is where you can mark version history and check added history. As a file owner, you can also check access records to ensure your design files are in the right hands. You can also duplicate, rename, or delete files from here. The Layers tab is where you can check your pages and design layers. And the Resources tab is where you can access your team library, component, preset image, icon, and content fillers. On the right side of the main tab, you can see a library icon. This is where the team library will be listed. Once you have a published library within the team, you can turn it on or off here to access your team library and see components from Assets tab. Simply drag and drop from the panel to use those components. For quick markup here, I use the Image tab to fill image into the component. Simply select image layer and find image category, or search keywords if needed. In a few seconds, it will autofill the frame. Within Creatie, we also have preset icon libraries available for both field and outline styles. Use the same drag and drop method when needed. Sometimes designers may also want to fill content for their designs. Under text, you can find an autofill tool that can fill in names, numbers, dates, phone numbers, addresses, emails, or placeholder content. Just select the text layer and click on options on the left, and then it will autofill it for you. The Layers tab is where you can check your layer structure during the design. Let's move to the top. This is where you will spend most of your crafting time, selecting, scaling, creating frames, sections, shapes, or tags, and collaborating and commenting. This is also where you will find all the Creatie's AI tools, the Style Guide Generator, the Creatie Wizard, and the Magicom. The disabled ones on the right side will become available when you start to design. On the right side, when you click on your avatar, you can access to your account. Quickly visit the home page, switching between light or dark mode, or download the desktop app. The share button is straightforward. You can share the files with your peers via email, copy the link, or publish the design on our community resources. The Dev Mode toggle allows you to turn on the developer view. By selecting the design on the canvas, you can see the code details in the right side panel. Creatie provides different CSS options for web, iOS, and Android. This helps you to communicate with the developers more efficiently. They can also check all the color tokens, hex value, download all the images in the design by one click, and export the frames if needed. In the far upper right, the View Settings drop-down allows you to customize the canvas view based on your preferences, zoom in, zoom out, however you'd like. The panels under includes Design and Prototype. On the design, you will find all details of design elements, including spacing, color, fonts, effects. On the prototype, you can create a clickable and animated screen flow. By selecting the design frames, you can connect the circle dots to the next design frame and set triggers, actions, targets, and animations to make it fun and interactive. In the very bottom right, you will also see a question mark icon. This is where you can find the support and additional information, such as submitting a question or suggesting a feature. Please let me know if questions wanted to learn more about those tools. We'll have upcoming videos for you. Okay, let's talk about organizing your pages in the design file. When you started to create pages within the design file, you can right-click on the page list to do a few things. You can create a direct link to this page to share with others, duplicate the page, rename it, add it to a category, delete it, or, my favorite part, color tagging the page. I want to structure the file based on the design workflow, so let's rename the first page to Ideate. Then create a new page by clicking the plus at the top and rename it to wireframe. Repeat the process for low fidelity and high fidelity, which match to our workflow. Next to the plus, you can add a category, which works just like organizing folder. Let's say we work on the file draft category. By simply dragging and moving the pages, you can organize them under the category. This is very useful when multiple designers are collaborating or working on a complex project. By right-clicking the category, you can also continue adding parent categories. There's no limit for your subcategories, so you have 100% freedom to organize the file you'd like. Now let's move on to my favorite feature, color tagging. You can tag your work pages with colors, which helps the team understand the work progress. Once you tag the page, everyone can see the color indicator on the right side of the page. Be fun and creative with defining your color tags. Here we're using red for not finished and green for passed. There is a collapsing chevron arrow to collapse the page organizing section if you need more space to view the layers below. If you have many pages, you can also search for a page name on the top, which echo to the search bar below it, which you use to search for your layers. In the early design stage, teams often need a creative space to brainstorm together. With Creatie, you can easily create frames, notes, and stickers to make the process enjoyable and efficient. Let's take a look to an example where we summarize our target users. We're using frame, shape, and text tools to visualize a brainstorm result. To keep everything look clean, we've aligned and formatted the shape and text. For those who love doodling, there is a pencil tool that acts like doodle pad, perfect for sketching wireframes or draft illustrations. To speed up your ideation process, take advantage of our fantastic pool of community resources. Once you find the perfect resource, Just copy it and organize into your folder if needed. Make sure to check if the designs are componentized. If they are, you can publish them for your team. While designing, toggle on the library to easily access components in your design file. Just drag and drop. Here is how we designed a low-fidelity app aimed at helping pregnant women create healthy exercise plans. We used various tools like text, layouts, and shapes. Plus, there's a cool trick to create a pie chart using a circle shape with round edges. The exciting parts, using the Creatie Wizard for quick wireframes. Just drag, search, and drop. Ta-da! There is a completed lo-fi design. Next up, let's use the connector tool to simplify the flow. Once you selected the connector tool, hovering over a frame reveals a little white dot to help you connect frames. This is a super quick way to visualize the flow, making it easy for your team to understand how users might navigate through your app. To get started, invite collaborators through the Share button in the top right corner, granting them editor or viewer access. Sharing a link for editing or viewing is also an option, along with the toggle settings to control whether others can duplicate your file. Once team members accepted the invitation and begin collaborate, their avatars will appear next to the Share button. Clicking on another's avatar lets you to follow their movement on the canvas, which is especially useful for remote walkthrough. While working together, communication tools enable leaving comments, copy suggestions, or use the talk and doodle feature. This is a unique aspect of Creatie, allows for doodling on the canvas while recording a 15-second voice message. This doodle acts as overlay and won't remain on the canvas permanently, making communication both fun and interactive. When resolving a comment, emojis can also be added or simply check them off to mark completion. The copy suggestion feature is particularly helpful when collaborating with a copywriter, elevating concerns about accidentally designed changes. The copywriter can drop a suggestion on the text frame and input the correct text they want. Upon receiving the comments, updating the content is as easy as clicking the apply. Activating the communication panel on the right reveals all comments from latest to oldest, allowing for responses, actions, sorting, and filtering. Now that our low-fidelity design finished and approved, let's move on to the high-fidelity design. First, I will turn on the ruler. For the onboarding process, our amazing team has prepared a set of illustrations. Since their illustrations are in a separate file, I just need to copy and paste the selected ones into the design. Next, we will adjust and add some colors to the slide indicator and the buttons. And done. Creatie has a handy resource tab on the left panel where you can quickly find assets, images, icons, and placeholder text. Here we want to add an example avatar image. Just select the shape and click the image category. To add some dimension to the design, I will include a drop shadow and a quick sketch, a shape with a gradient color to make it more interesting. You can apply the same design techniques to other cards as well. Now, let's take a moment to see how the fill tool works. Once you select a shape within a frame, you can choose an image to fill it. If the image is cutting off the panel of the model's feet, I will use Image Enhancer to outpaint the edge and make it a bit more padding. Now it looks great. For the finished screen, I want to add some trophy to celebrate the user's completion. I'm using Magicon to upload the trophy image as a reference and select the inflated style. Magicon AI generated a fantastic 3D golden trophy which fit perfectly here. Alright, I have created a few cards as components. So now, when I need to design a quick screen, I just need to drag, drop, and adjust. Quickly done. Now that we have all the high-fidelity screens finished, the team wants to see how the screen flows in Prototype. At the top of the right panel, I will select the Prototype tab, which activates the frame connecting dots. By connecting those dots between frames, I can set up the prototype animation settings. I've made a few changes to ensure a smoother landing on the first screen by adjusting the effect curve and the trigger settings. Let's quickly finish all the prototype connections. Yes, we call them noodles. Now, let's check how it looks before showing it to the team. The transition seems to be working well, and all the triggers buttons are connected. I think my team will have a lot of fun interacting with this prototype. Lastly, for future designs and development, I want to create a style guide to establish our design tokens. I'm using the style guide generator. After selecting all the designs on the canvas, the generator shows all the token options, including colors, text styles, corner radius, and the stroke. Simply hit generate, and in just a few seconds, you will have a fully organized set of color tokens, font styles, corner radius, shadows, and more, all properly named. This will help my team maintain consistency in the future design. Now let's get ready for development. I will use the selecting tool to select the screens for my developers to view. Here is a Ready for Dev button. Once activated, the section and the page will show a green mark to help developers to identify the focus areas. You can also remove or open it in develop mode if needed. When the dev mode is turned on, your developers won't see the colorful design features, just in spec or D2C options. They can switch the device based on the view sample code, color tokens, or download all the used assets within a single click. They can also choose the preferred image format. This will save everyone tons of time in communicating and sending back and forth. In D2C mode, Creatie shows code in View 3, View 2, or React, providing an example of the code structure, including JavaScript and Sass. My favorite feature is a preview button, which will run the code to show how it might look in the real code deployed. This way, you can compare the code side by side with the design. And there you have it, folks. We have journeyed from a blank canvas to a polished app design, all thanks to the amazing feature of Creatie. Whether you are brainstorming with the sticky notes, collaborating with your team in real time, or crafting a high-fidelity design, Creatie has everything you covered. If you enjoyed this walkthrough and pick up some new tips, give us a thumb up and subscribe to the Creatie's channel. Do not forget to hit that notification bell so you will never miss an update. Having a question or wanting to share your own design experience, drop a comment below. We would love to hear from you. Until next time, keep creating and let your imagination run wild. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video in the Creatie channel. Bye for now.